Get your filthy black hands off that plate right now! The white manager grabs Iris Harper's wrist. Rebecca Thornton yanks hard, drags the black waitress across the dining room floor. Bathroom, now! Her nails dig into black skin. Time to teach you why your kind doesn't belong here. 60 rich diners watch. Nobody moves, nobody helps. Rebecca drags Iris toward the back bathroom. At table 7, a man sits frozen. Dominic Castellano. Sharp suit, stone face. Beside him, Luigi, muscles thick, gun bulge visible. Luigi whispers, "Boss, that's your wife. Want me to break her?" Dominic stares at Rebecca dragging Iris away. His voice is ice. "No, not yet." He takes a slow sip of wine. "She doesn't know she just touched a mafia boss's wife. Let her dig deeper. Then, we bury her." Have you ever watched someone humiliate a black woman, completely unaware her husband could end their entire life with one phone call? 30 minutes earlier, everything was normal. Iris Harper clocked in at 5 p.m. sharp. Her 3rd month at Castellano's, the longest job she'd held since her mother died 2 years ago. She needed this. Her younger brother Marcus starts college in 2 weeks. Tuition is due. Iris sends him $800 every month. This job matters. The Friday night crowd pours in. Lawyers, bankers, old money. They wear watches that cost more than her annual salary. They order wine she can't pronounce. Table 12 gets their entrees at 7:30, an older white couple. The man wears a Rolex. The woman has diamonds on every finger. Iris sets down their plates with perfect form. Osso buco for him. Lobster risotto for her. 5 minutes later, the woman's hand shoots up. Her voice cuts across the dining room. "Excuse me, this pasta is lukewarm." Iris rushes over. "I'm so sorry. Let me take that back to the kitchen. You already touched it." The woman's lip curls. "With your bare hands." "No, ma'am, I used tongs." A shadow falls across the table. Rebecca Thornton, the manager, 42, blonde, always perfect, always watching. "Is there a problem?" Rebecca's smile is razor sharp. The woman leans back. "Your waitress served us cold food, and I'm concerned about hygiene." Rebecca's eyes snap to Iris. Cold. Calculating. "Iris, did you touch this guest's food without gloves?" "No, I used—" "That's not what I asked." Rebecca's voice rises. Nearby tables turn to look. "Did you or did you not use proper protocols?" Iris's throat tightens. "I followed every protocol." Rebecca snatches the order pad from Iris's apron. "Until you can prove you understand basic food safety, you don't need this." At table 7, Dominic Castellano sets down his fork. His jaw clenches. Luigi whispers, "Boss, you want me to—" One finger rises. Not yet. Rebecca steps closer to Iris. Her voice carries across the restaurant. "I don't need excuses from you, Iris. I need competence. Can you give me that? Or should I find someone who can?" Iris's hands shake. "Yes, ma'am, I can do better." "We'll see." Rebecca doesn't walk away. She grabs Iris by the elbow, steers her to the center of the dining room, right under the crystal chandelier, where everyone can see. "Since you seem confused about our standards, let's review them. Out loud." Iris's stomach drops. "Ma'am, I don't think—" "I wasn't asking." Rebecca's smile is poison. "Recite the 12 service excellence standards. Now." So these good people know their waitress understands basic cleanliness. 60 faces turn toward Iris. Some curious, some uncomfortable, none helpful. Iris's voice comes out barely above a whisper. Standard 1. Wash hands before and after every— Louder! Rebecca circles her like a shark. These guests paid $200 per plate. They deserve to hear you. Iris's voice shakes. Standard 1. Wash hands before and after every table service. Keep going. Oh, Standard 2. Never touch food with bare hands. Which you violated tonight, didn't you? No, I used tongs. Keep going. At table 14, a woman pulls out her phone, starts recording. Her husband touches her arm. Honey, don't. She hesitates, then puts the phone away. Iris continues through the list. Her voice cracks on Standard 7. Rebecca pounces. Are you crying? Her voice drips contempt. These people don't pay premium prices to watch staff have emotional breakdowns. A tear slides down Iris's cheek. She wipes it fast. In the kitchen, Jorge presses his face against the window. He's worked here 6 years. Line cook. 3 kids at home. He watches Iris standing under that chandelier and feels his stomach turn. Keisha, the hostess, stares at the reservation book. Can't look up. The bartender polishes glasses louder, drowning it out. At table 7, Luigi leans close to Dominic. She's your wife, Dom. Your wife. How long you gonna sit here? Dominic's wedding ring taps against his wine glass. Slow, rhythmic, like a countdown. Patience is how you survive in our world, Luigi. His eyes never leave Rebecca. Let her think she's untouchable. Let her get comfortable. That's when people make their biggest mistakes. Luigi sits back, watches, waits. Rebecca makes Iris recite all 12 standards, then makes her do it again. Faster this time. Prove you actually know them. By the end, Iris's voice is barely audible. Her hands won't stop shaking. Rebecca finally steps back. Better. Maybe you're teachable after all. She turns to the dining room, projects her voice. Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for the disruption. We hold ourselves to the highest standards here at Castellanos. Sometimes that requires on-the-spot correction. A few diners nod. Most look at their plates. Rebecca's hand lands on Iris's shoulder. Squeezes. You can return to your duties now. And Iris? Next time you're unsure about protocols, ask before you contaminate someone's dinner. Iris walks back toward the kitchen. Every step feels like drowning. She passes table 7. Doesn't notice the man in the expensive suit watching her with eyes like steel. Doesn't see his hands clenched so tight his knuckles are white. Table 15. Dr. Sarah Mitchell. 53. Emergency room physician. She's seen injustice. She knows what it looks like. She sets down her fork. Excuse me. Rebecca turns, smile instantly back in place. Yes, Dr. Mitchell. How can I help you? That seemed excessive. The young woman apologized. She explained she used proper tools. Rebecca's smile doesn't waver. I appreciate your concern, but Castellanos has standards that have earned us a Michelin star. Would you want someone handling your food if you had any doubt about their hygiene practices? She pulls out her phone, swipes through photos. I took these last week. Iris's station. Food debris under the prep counter, clearly inadequate cleaning. Dr. Mitchell leans forward, studies the photo. Her face shifts. Rebecca continues. I have a responsibility to every guest in this restaurant. Sometimes kindness has to take a back seat to safety. The words sound reasonable, professional. Dr. Mitchell sits back. I understand. I just thought, you thought correctly. You spoke up because you care. That's admirable. Rebecca's hand touches her shoulder. But trust me, I've been in hospitality for 20 years. Sometimes tough love is the only thing that works. Dr. Mitchell nods slowly, picks up her fork. Rebecca walks toward the kitchen. Iris is standing near the dish station, trying to compose herself. Iris, a word. Iris turns, eyes red. Rebecca's voice drops. Quiet, almost kind. I know that was hard, but you needed to hear it. You've been making small mistakes for weeks. I've been covering for you. Tonight, I couldn't anymore. I didn't make a mistake. I used tongs. Stop. Rebecca's voice hardens. This is exactly the problem. You refuse to take accountability. She gestures toward the dining room. Do you know what those people see when they look at you? They see someone who doesn't belong, and when you make mistakes, it confirms every bias they already have. The words hit like a slap. I'm trying to protect you, Iris, but I can't do that if you keep fighting me. Jorge walks past with a tray of garnishes. Rebecca calls out, Jorge, quick question. He freezes, turns. Last Tuesday, did you see Iris wash her hands before handling the pasta for table 12? Jorge's eyes dart between Rebecca and Iris. His 3 kids flash through his mind. His mortgage, his car payment. I don't remember seeing it. No. Iris's breath catches. Jorge. I'm not saying you didn't, Jorge adds quickly. Just that I didn't see it. Rebecca nods. Thank you for your honesty. Jorge walks away. Won't meet Iris's eyes. Iris feels something crack inside her chest. Not anger. Worse. Understanding. Nobody will help her. Nobody can afford to. She's alone. At table 7, Dominic watches a guest approach his table. The man drops 2 hundreds on the tablecloth. Just leaving the tip. We need to go. Dominic's hand covers the bills. His voice is quiet. Absolute. Sit down. Finish your meal. The man stares. I'm sorry. You heard me. Sit. Down. This isn't over. The man and his wife exchange glances, then slowly return to their seats. Luigi grins. Boss, you're scaring the civilians. Dominic sips his wine. Good. Rebecca finds Iris folding napkins in the back, trying to disappear into the work. Iris, my office. Now. Not the office. The staff bathroom. Rebecca walks fast. Iris follows. They pass table 6, table 8, table 11. Everyone watching. At table 7, Dominic stands. Luigi looks up. We moving? Not yet. But Dominic's hand moves to his phone. Rebecca pushes open the bathroom door, holds it. Inside. Iris steps in. The door closes. The lock clicks. The bathroom is small. White tile, fluorescent light, 1 stall, 1 sink, no windows, no cameras. Rebecca leans against the door, arms crossed. You're making me look bad out there. Iris's hands curl into fists at her sides. I did everything right. That's not how it looks. And in this business, perception is reality. Rebecca steps closer. Do you understand what happens to people who make me look bad, Iris? The question hangs in the air, a threat without details. Iris's heart pounds. What do you want from me? I want you to understand your position. Rebecca's voice is soft, dangerous. You have 2 choices. 1, clock out right now. Walk out that door, no severance, no reference. Good luck explaining to your next employer why you got fired. Iris's breath catches. Marcus's tuition, the apartment rent, the bills stacking up. Or 2, you finished your shift tonight with a smile, like nothing happened, and Monday morning you come to my office, we'll discuss your future here. I'll be fired Monday anyway. Rebecca's smile is cold. Maybe, maybe not. But if you quit now, you're admitting guilt. Everyone out there will think you deserved what happened. Iris feels tears burning. I didn't do anything wrong. Honey, Rebecca's voice is almost gentle. It doesn't matter what you did. It matters what they believe. And right now, everyone out there believes you're dirty, you're careless, you're not good enough for Castellanos. She unlocks the door, pulls it open. So what's it going to be? Iris thinks about Marcus, his acceptance letter to Howard University, his voice on the phone last week. I'm gonna make you proud, sis. I promise. I'll finish my shift. Smart girl. They walk back into the dining room. Rebecca's hand rests on Iris's lower back, guiding, controlling. Every guest watches them return. Assumptions solidify. Narratives form. She must have done something bad. That's why the manager dragged her off. She probably deserved it. Rebecca stops at the server station, loud enough for nearby tables to hear. Actually, Iris, I think it's best if I take over your tables for the rest of the evening. You can help polish silverware in the back. Less customer interaction, less risk. Translation: you're too contaminated to serve my guests. And Iris? Rebecca's voice carries. Shower before your next shift, thoroughly. The implication is clear. The insult is public. Iris walks toward the kitchen, past 60 silent witnesses. Not one person objects. Dr. Mitchell stares at her risotto. The woman who almost filmed deletes the video from her recently deleted folder. Gone forever. At table 7, Dominic doesn't sit back down. He walks, slowly, deliberately. Not toward Iris, not toward Rebecca. Toward the kitchen entrance, Luigi follows. Chef Marco looks up from his station, sees Dominic Castellano walking through his kitchen. His face goes white. Signor Castellano, I didn't know you were dining with us tonight. Dominic's voice is ice. Clearly. Iris enters the kitchen. Keisha is suddenly very interested in adjusting menus. Jorge focuses on his sauté pan. Nobody makes eye contact. Terrence, the prep cook, 19 years old, barely above a whisper. Hey, you good? Iris can't answer. If she speaks, she'll cry. He slides a bottle of water across the counter. For what it's worth, we all know she's full of it. Then why didn't anyone say anything? Terrence looks at the ground. Last year, she did this to Shanice. Remember her? Worked here 8 months. Rebecca accused her of stealing tips. No proof, just accusations. Shanice tried to defend herself. Rebecca fired her, told every restaurant in the city she was a thief. Shanice had to move to Baltimore to find work. Jorge speaks without turning around. Before Shanice, it was Carlos. Rebecca said he was drunk on shift, made him take a breathalyzer in front of everyone. He passed. She fired him anyway for insubordination. Iris's voice cracks. So she just gets away with it? Owner's never here. Keisha finally looks up. Marcus Green owns Castellanos on paper, but he's got 6 other restaurants. He trusts Rebecca completely, and her husband's a labor lawyer. She reminds us every month. Terrence adds, in this economy, jobs like this don't grow on trees. References matter. Rebecca knows that. Iris leans against the walk-in cooler, the only place in the kitchen without cameras. She pulls out her phone, types a message to her best friend, Tasha. I can't keep doing this. Her thumb hovers over send. Then she thinks about Marcus, about his dreams, about the promise she made their mother before she died. She deletes the message, puts the phone away. 30 seconds later, Rebecca's voice cuts through the kitchen. All right, everyone, crisis averted. Let's get back to excellence. We have a reputation to uphold. The kitchen staff nods, returns to work. The system resets. Justice denied. Injustice absorbed. Rebecca walks back into the dining room, smiling, satisfied. Then Luigi appears, 6'2", 240 pounds, scar across his left eyebrow, gun clearly visible under his jacket now. He doesn't hide it anymore. He walks straight to Rebecca. Boss wants to see you. Rebecca blinks. I'm sorry, who? Back office. Now. I'm in the middle of service. Luigi's voice drops. Not louder. Quieter. More dangerous. Now! The dining room goes silent. Rebecca looks around, sees 60 guests watching, sees her authority evaporating. She forces a smile. Of course. Just let me... Luigi's already walking. She has to follow or look weak. They move through the kitchen, past Iris, past Jorge, past Terrence. Into the back office. Chef Marco is there, standing in the corner. His face is gray, and sitting behind the owner's desk, in the owner's chair, Dominic Castellano. Rebecca's smile falters. Just for a second. I'm sorry, sir, but this area is staff only. Even for VIP guests, I can't. Sit down, Rebecca. The use of her first name. No Ms. Thornton. No title. No respect. A power shift. Rebecca's eyes flick to the nameplate on the desk. Castellano's. To the man in front of her. Castellano. To the wedding ring on his left hand. Oh, God. Dominic leans forward. How long have you worked here? 3 years. I've turned this restaurant into the highest rated. How long have you worked for me? The question lands like a bomb. In the kitchen, Iris grabs a tray of clean silverware, starts polishing. Mechanical. Numb. Jorge approaches. Slowly. Look, I'm sorry, but I got 3 kids. I know. 2 words. No anger. Just exhaustion. Jorge swallows. She asked me directly. In front of guests. If I lied, she'd fire me next. Then Maria's braces, Tommy's asthma medication, the mortgage. I know, Jorge. I get it. He stands there, wants absolution. She can't give it. Keisha leans against the counter. She's done this before. You're not the first. Terrence nods. There's a pattern. She picks people. People she thinks make her look bad. People who get too much attention from guests. People who are black or brown. Iris finishes. Silence. Nobody confirms it out loud. But nobody denies it either. Keisha's voice is quiet. Last month, Table 8 asked for you by name. Said you gave the best wine recommendations they'd ever heard. Rebecca heard them. Her face went tight. Jorge adds, week before that, those regulars, the Hendersons, left you a $100 tip. Rebecca made you split it with the whole front of house staff. House policy, she said. But when Bethany got $100 from her table, Rebecca let her keep it. Bethany, blonde, 23. Looks like Rebecca's daughter. Iris's hands stop moving. Why didn't anyone tell me? Because we're scared, Keisha's voice cracks. Rebecca's husband is Gerald Thornton, partner at Morrison & Associates, big labor law firm. She threatens us with him constantly. Says he'd destroy any case we tried to bring. Says we'd never work in this city again. Terrence looks at his hands. I got kicked out of my parents' house last year for being gay. This job is the only thing keeping me off the streets. I can't... It's okay. Iris sets down the fork she's polishing. I'm not asking you to risk anything for me. But inside, she's dying. Because she understands now. She's not just fighting Rebecca. She's fighting a system that protects people like Rebecca. That makes people like Jorge choose between their conscience and their kid's asthma medication. At the host stand, Rebecca returns from the back office. Her face is composed, but her hands shake slightly as she picks up the reservation book. Dominic Castellano appears behind her. Rebecca turns, smile automatic. Mr. Castellano, I hope everything was... She stops, really looks at him. Recognition flickers across her face. Her smile falters for exactly 1 second. Then she rebuilds it. I don't believe we've been properly introduced. Rebecca Thornton, General Manager. Dominic doesn't extend his hand. I know who you are. Something in his voice makes her step back. Is there something I can help you with? No, you've helped enough. He walks past her, back to table 7. Rebecca watches him go. A cold feeling spreads through her chest. Something is wrong. Rebecca gathers the staff near the dish station. Quick huddle. I want everyone to understand something. Her voice is authoritative, controlled. What happened tonight was about maintaining standards. Our standards. This protects all of you. Nods around the circle. When one person cuts corners, it reflects on everyone. Guests lose trust. Reviews suffer. Jobs disappear. She makes eye contact with each person. I'd hate for anyone to throw away a good position by getting involved in misunderstandings. The message is clear. Iris isn't here for this speech. She's in the walk-in cooler, the only place without cameras, the only place she can breathe. She slides down the wall, sits on the cold floor, lets the tears come. Not sad tears. Rage tears. She's done everything right. Every single thing. And it doesn't matter. Her phone buzzes. Marcus. Hey, sis. Just finished my campus tour. This place is amazing. I can't believe I'm really going to Howard. Thank you. For everything. I love you. Iris stares at the message. Types back. Love you too. So proud of you. Deletes the message she really wants to send. I'm being destroyed at work and there's nothing I can do about it. She puts the phone away, stands up, wipes her face. Marcus needs her. That's all that matters. She can survive 2 more weeks, get his tuition paid, then quit. Find something else. She opens the cooler door. The kitchen has returned to normal. Plates going out. Orders coming in. The machine keeps running. Iris picks up her polishing cloth. 10 minutes later, Rebecca announces to the dining room. Projects her voice. Professional. Warm. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your patience during our earlier adjustment. Everything is back to normal. Please enjoy your meals. And as always, if there's anything we can do to make your evening more perfect, don't hesitate to ask. Scattered applause. The guests relax. Conversation resumes. The uncomfortable moment is over. The system has absorbed the injustice and moved on. Then Luigi stands up from table 7, walks through the dining room. Every eye follows him. He stops in front of Rebecca. She smiles. Can I help you, sir? Boss wants to see you. Back office. Right now. Rebecca's smile tightens. I appreciate the message, but I'm currently managing the floor. Wasn't a request. The dining room goes silent again. Rebecca looks around. 60 guests watching. Her authority evaporating in real time. Of course, just let me... Luigi's already walking. She has to follow. They move through the kitchen. Iris sees them pass, sees the fear in Rebecca's eyes. Something is happening. The office door closes behind them. Dominic sits in the leather chair behind the mahogany desk, the owner's desk, the power position. Chef Marco stands against the wall, silent, gray-faced. Rebecca's confusion is visible. I'm sorry, but this is a restricted area. Even for valued guests, I can't allow... Sit down, Rebecca. Her first name, casual, dismissive. She sits. Dominic leans back, studies her. How long have you worked here? 3 years. I've increased revenue by 40%, raised our Zagat rating, earned a Michelin star. How long have you worked for me? Rebecca blinks, looks at the nameplate on the desk. Castellanos. Looks at the man in front of her. Dominic Castellano. Her mouth goes dry. You own 48 restaurants across the Northeast. This is the flagship, named after my grandfather. His voice is conversational, almost friendly. He started with a food cart in Little Italy, 1923. Built it into an empire. Rebecca forces her smile back. Mr. Castellano, it's an honor. I had no idea you were dining with us tonight. If you'd known what? You would have behaved differently? She hesitates. Dominic leans forward. That woman you humiliated tonight, the one you dragged across my dining room, the one you shamed in front of 60 guests, the one you locked in a bathroom to threaten. Rebecca's face goes pale. Tell me her name. Iris. Iris Harper. Wrong. Dominic's wedding ring taps the desk. Once. Twice. Iris Castellano, my wife. The room tilts. Rebecca's mouth opens. No sound comes out. We've been married 8 weeks. She insisted on using her maiden name here. Wanted to prove herself on merit. See if my restaurants really treated people the way I claimed they did. He stands, walks around the desk. Congratulations, Rebecca. You showed her exactly how they're run. Rebecca's brain scrambles for words, excuses, anything. Mr. Castellano, I had no idea. If I'd known she was your wife... Stop. One word. It freezes her. Right there. You just told me everything I need to know. He's standing over her now. You didn't apologize for what you did. You apologized for who you did it to. His voice is ice. That means the behavior was fine. You just picked the wrong target. Rebecca's mouth opens and closes. Dominic walks to the laptop on the desk, opens it, turns the screen toward her. Let me show you something. The screen divides into 4 quadrants. Security footage. Time-stamped. Dated. Upper left, week 1. Break room. Rebecca to another server. Did you see her hair? Looks like she stuck her finger in a socket. These people really need to learn professional grooming. Upper right, week 5. Server station. Rebecca erasing something on a clipboard. Zoom in. The employee of the week ballot. Iris's name crossed out. Lower left, week 8. Rebecca assigning shifts. Gives Iris every Sunday morning, the dead shift. Gives Bethany every Friday night, the money shift. Lower right, tonight. The bathroom. Audio included. Do you understand what happens to people who make me look bad, Iris? Rebecca's face drains of blood. 3 months ago, Dominic Castellano made a decision that would change everything. He was at the Riverside Community Center, monthly board meeting for his charitable foundation. Dominic believed in giving back. His grandfather taught him that. Money you keep only makes you rich. Money you give away makes you human. The meeting ended early. Dominic walked past the children's reading room. Saw her, Iris Harper, 28 years old, reading Where the Wild Things Are to 7 kids sitting cross-legged on the floor. Different races, different backgrounds. All mesmerized. She did the voices, made the kids laugh. When the story ended, she asked them questions. Why do you think Max wanted to go home? What makes a place feel safe? The kids erupted with answers. She listened to every single one. Dominic stood in the doorway for 20 minutes. Afterward, he introduced himself. You're good with them. She smiled. They're good with me. Kids are honest. They don't pretend. They talked for an hour. She told him about her mother's death, her brother Marcus, her dreams of opening a nonprofit literacy center. Kids in underserved communities get told they're not smart enough, not good enough. I want to show them that's a lie. Dominic fell for her in that moment, not because she was beautiful, though she was, because she saw people as human beings, not transactions, not titles. 6 months of dating, long conversations, quiet dinners. He told her about his family history, the organized crime his grandfather left behind, the legitimate empire his father built. the responsibility Dominic felt to honor both legacies. She never judged, never flinched. 2 months ago, he proposed. She said yes, but then she said something that surprised him. "I want to work at Castellano's." "You don't need to work. I have money." "I know. But you talk about your restaurants like they're family. You say you've built a culture of respect. I want to see if that's real." "It is real." "Then you won't mind if I prove it." She insisted on applying under her maiden name. Harper, not Castellano. No special treatment, no shortcuts. Dominic agreed, but with one condition. "I observe sometimes. From table 7, that's my table, where I watch operations." "Fine, but I handle my own problems, unless it crosses a line." "What line?" "I'll know it when I see it." For 3 months, Iris worked. Dominic watched periodically. She was good, great even. Guests requested her, left generous tips. She remembered their names, their preferences, their stories. Dominic was proud. Then he noticed something. Rebecca Thornton, the manager he'd trusted for 3 years, the one with impeccable reviews and a Michelin star on her resume. She was changing Iris's schedule, moving her away from prime shifts, erasing her name from recognition boards. Small things, deniable things. Dominic almost intervened, then stopped himself. Iris asked to handle her own problems. He had to respect that. Tonight, he sat at table 7, routine observation. Then Rebecca grabbed his wife's wrist, dragged her across the dining room, screamed at her in front of 60 guests. That was the line. Rebecca stares at the security footage. Her face cycles through emotions: denial, fear, calculation. "Mr. Castellano, I can explain." "Please do." Dominic sits back, arms crossed. "Explain why you targeted my wife from day 1. "I didn't target her. I hold everyone to the same—" He clicks a button. New footage appears. Split screen. 2 waitresses. Same week. Left. Bethany drops a tray. Glasses shatter. Rebecca laughs it off. "Accidents happen. Clean it up, sweetheart." Right. Iris bumps a chair slightly while serving. Rebecca's face goes dark. "Are you incapable of basic spatial awareness?" Rebecca's mouth opens. Nothing comes out. Dominic continues. Week after week. Different rules for different people. More footage. Iris arriving 5 minutes early every shift. Rebecca marking her late. Bethany arriving 10 minutes late. Rebecca marking her on time. Iris suggesting a new wine pairing. Rebecca shooting it down publicly. "Stick to serving, not thinking." Bethany suggesting the same pairing 2 weeks later. Rebecca praising her. "Brilliant idea. Let's add it to the menu." Chef Marco finally speaks. His voice is quiet, ashamed. "Signor Castellano, I should have told you sooner." Dominic turns to him. "Told me what?" "She's done this before. Shanice, 2 years ago. Beautiful young black woman. Great at her job. Guests loved her. Rebecca made her life hell, accused her of stealing tips. No evidence, just accusations. Shanice quit." "Why didn't you report this?" Marco's hands shake. "I tried. I called Mr. Green. He said he trusted Rebecca's judgment, said I was being oversensitive." "Who else?" "Carlos, Latino, spoke with an accent. Rebecca mocked him constantly, made him repeat orders in front of guests to improve his English. He lasted 4 months. Dominic's jaw tightens. "How many?" "5, maybe 6. Over 3 years. Rebecca finds her voice. "This is absurd. I've increased revenue, improved ratings, by driving out good people and keeping guests who enjoy watching others get degraded." Dominic leans forward. "Let me tell you what I see. You're a bully who found a position of power. You use it to hurt people who remind you of your own inadequacy. That's not... Iris is smarter than you, more educated than you. Guests prefer her. That threatens you. So you destroy her. Rebecca's face flushes. You can't fire me without cause. I have a contract. My husband is Gerald Thornton, labor attorney at Morrison & Associates. I know. Dominic slides a folder across the desk. I also know he's currently under investigation by the state bar for intimidating witnesses in employment cases. Probably not the best person to threaten me with. Rebecca's eyes widen. Dominic opens the folder. 18 violations of company anti-discrimination policy, 6 false statements in incident reports, 3 instances of wage theft. Yes, making Iris split tips was illegal under her contract. He adds another document. And 1 video. A guest didn't delete hers. She sent it to me. You, dragging my wife across the dining room, screaming that black people don't belong in fine dining. Rebecca's hands start to shake. You're not fired, Rebecca. She looks up. Hope flickers. You're prosecuted. I'm forwarding everything to the State Labor Board, to the EEOC, and to a civil rights attorney who's been waiting for a case like this. The hope dies. But first, Dominic stands. You're going to walk back into that dining room, in front of every guest who watched you humiliate my wife, and you're going to tell the truth. I can't. Luigi appears in the doorway, steps aside. Behind him, 2 more men, thick necks, cold eyes. They don't say anything. They don't have to. Rebecca's voice cracks. What do you want me to say? The truth. Why you targeted Iris. Why you've targeted others. What you really think about people who don't look like you. If I do that, I'll never work again. You'll never work in my city again anyway. Dominic's voice is final. This way. At least you leave with a shred of dignity. Maybe. He walks to the door, stops. My grandfather used to say, respect isn't given because of what you own. It's earned by how you treat people when you have all the power and they have none. You failed that test, Rebecca. He opens the door. Now let's go show those guests who they've really been dining with. The dining room hasn't emptied. Dominic's team made sure of that. Complimentary desserts. Free wine. Please stay. The owner wants to make an announcement. 60 guests sit in uncomfortable anticipation. Dominic enters first. Rebecca follows. Luigi and his associates behind her. The whispers stop. Dominic doesn't go to the microphone at the host stand. Doesn't need it. His voice carries. Good evening. I apologize for the disruption to your meals. Silence. My name is Dominic Castellano. I own this restaurant. My grandfather's name is on the door. Murmurs ripple through the crowd. Tonight, you witnessed something that should never happen in any establishment. Certainly not in mine. He pauses, lets it sink in. That young woman, Iris Harper, is my wife. Gasps. Heads turn. Dr. Mitchell's hand covers her mouth. But more importantly, she's a human being. She was treated as less than one tonight, by someone I trusted. His eyes sweep the room. How many of you saw what happened and said nothing? Uncomfortable shifting. People look at their plates. I'm not judging. I'm asking. Because silence is a choice. Tonight we all made the wrong choice. Including me. He gestures to Rebecca. Rebecca has something to say. Rebecca steps forward. Her face is pale. Her voice shakes. I targeted Iris Harper. Her voice is barely audible. Louder, Dominic says quietly. I targeted Iris Harper because... She swallows. Because she was good at her job. Because guests liked her. Because I felt threatened. Jorge watches from the kitchen window. Tears stream down his face. I've done this before. To others. To people of color. To people I thought didn't belong here. The room is silent as death. Dominic speaks. You left out the part about race. Rebecca can't say it. Her mouth opens. Nothing. Dominic doesn't push. The implication hangs in the air. Everyone understands. Dominic's voice cuts through the silence. Iris, would you come out here, please? The kitchen door swings open. Iris emerges, still in her stained uniform, sauce still visible on her collar, eyes red but dry. The room holds its breath. She walks slowly, every step measured, head high. She stops next to Dominic, not behind him, beside him, equal. He doesn't hug her, doesn't touch her. That would be performative. This isn't about him rescuing her. This is about what she deserves. Iris didn't know I was here tonight. Dominic's voice is steady. She took this job to prove something to herself, that she could succeed on merit alone. He looks at the 60 faces staring back. Instead, she proved something about us, that we weren't worthy of her. Dr. Mitchell dabs her eyes with her napkin. The couple from table 12, the ones who complained about lukewarm pasta, stare at their hands. Dominic continues. How many of you saw what happened tonight and said nothing? Silence. I'm not judging you. I'm asking you to judge yourselves, because silence is a choice. Inaction is a choice. Tonight, we all chose wrong. He turns to Iris. You don't owe anyone words, but if you want to speak, they'll listen. Iris looks at Rebecca, then at the crowd. Her voice is quiet, strong. I don't need an apology from her. Rebecca's head snaps up, confused. An apology is just words. Words are easy. Iris's eyes sweep the room. I need systemic change. I need policies, accountability, protection for the next person who doesn't have a husband sitting at table 7. A man in the back starts to clap. Then another. Then the whole room erupts in applause. Iris doesn't smile. This isn't a victory. Not yet. People like Rebecca exist everywhere, in every restaurant, every office, every hospital, every school. Her voice rises. They survive because we let them, because we're scared, because we need our jobs. She looks directly at Jorge in the kitchen window. I understand that fear. I have that fear. But we can't let fear decide who gets dignity and who doesn't. The applause continues. Iris steps back. Done. Dominic pulls out his phone, speaks into it clearly. Rebecca Thornton, terminated, effective immediately. Rebecca's knees nearly buckle. Severance voided under Section 12B of your contract. Willful violation of anti-discrimination policies. He looks up. Security will escort you out after we're done here. Rebecca's voice cracks. You can't. I can. I am. He continues speaking into the phone. Forward complete documentation to the State Labor Board, to the EEOC, and to Attorney Margaret Williams at the Civil Rights Legal Fund. He ends the call, turns to the dining room. For those of you still here, I want to announce some immediate changes to Castellanos. Guests lean forward. 1. Every staff member will undergo third-party anti-discrimination training. Not the online checkbox kind. Real facilitated sessions, with accountability. Nods around the room. 2. We're implementing an anonymous reporting system. External review board. No retaliation policies with teeth. More nods. 3. Profit sharing. Every employee, from dishwasher to sous chef, will receive quarterly bonuses based on restaurant performance. When we succeed, everyone succeeds. The kitchen erupts in shocked whispers. Jorge mouths, "Oh my God," through the window. And 4. Iris will oversee our cultural audit, if she wants the position. New role, Director of Staff Experience. She'll report directly to me. Iris's eyes widen. She wasn't expecting this. Dominic looks at her. Only if you want it. No pressure. She nods slowly. I want it. The room applauds again. Dr. Mitchell stands, walks over to Iris, hands her a business card. I run an employment rights clinic, pro bono, if you or anyone on your staff ever needs support. Iris takes the card. Thank you. The couple from table 12 approach. The man holds an envelope. We're sorry, this doesn't fix anything, but... He hands it to Iris. She opens it. $500 cash. A note. We were wrong. Please forgive us. Iris's hands shake. You don't have to. We do. The woman's voice cracks. We started this. We complained about nothing. We set everything in motion. We're so sorry. 3 other guests delete their Yelp reviews mid-dinner. The reviews that praised Rebecca's high standards and no-nonsense management. One woman tweets, I witnessed racism tonight at Castellano's, but I also witnessed justice, and that's something I'll never forget. Dominic addresses the room one final time. Your meals tonight are complimentary. All of them. Surprised murmurs. Not as a gift, as a reminder. His voice is firm. You got to watch injustice happen and walk away full. Some people don't get to walk away. Remember that. The words land heavy. Rebecca has to walk through the dining room to leave. No choice. The back exit is locked. Security protocol. She moves slowly. Every eye tracks her. Nobody speaks. Nobody looks away. This is accountability. Public. Permanent. She reaches table 7. Stops. Turns back. Maybe expecting a last-minute reprieve. A just kidding moment. Dominic's voice is quiet. Final. The difference between you and Iris? Rebecca doesn't answer. She knew how to be powerful without making others powerless. You never learned that. Rebecca's face crumples. She turns and walks toward the exit. Luigi meets her at the door, hands her a cardboard box. Your personal items. Locks are changed. Security codes disabled. Don't come back. The door closes behind her. Silence in the dining room. Then Dominic walks to the kitchen. Iris follows. The staff stands in a semicircle, nervous, waiting. Dominic speaks to all of them. What happened tonight is on me. I trusted the wrong person. I didn't look close enough. I let a culture of fear grow in my restaurant. Jorge steps forward. Mr. Castellano, I need to apologize. To her, not me. Dominic nods toward Iris. Jorge turns to Iris. His voice breaks. I lied when Rebecca asked me about not seeing you wash your hands. I saw you. I knew you did everything right. But I was scared. My kids, my mortgage, I know. Iris's voice is soft. I understand. But that's not an excuse. No, it's not. But it's a reason. She looks at all of them. We're all scared. That's how people like Rebecca win. They make us too afraid to do what's right. She takes a breath. But that changes now. Here, tonight. We build something different. Keisha wipes her eyes. What do we do? Iris looks at Dominic, then back at the staff. We create a place where fear doesn't dictate silence, where speaking up doesn't cost you everything. Dominic nods. Starting now. In the office, alone with Iris minutes later, Dominic finally lets his guard down. I should have done more sooner. I should have... You trusted your people. That's not wrong. Iris touches his arm. She betrayed that trust. But what about the others? Dominic's voice is raw. Jorge, who lied to protect his job. The guests who filmed then deleted. They're not villains. They're scared. What do we do about that? Iris is quiet for a moment. We build a place where fear doesn't win anymore, where doing the right thing doesn't cost you everything. She looks up at him. That's the real work, not punishing Rebecca, building something better. Dominic pulls her close. Finally. I'm sorry you had to go through that. I'm not. Her voice is steady. Because now we know what needs to change. And we have the power to change it. 6 weeks later. Castellano's looks the same. Same marble floors, same crystal chandeliers, same white tablecloths. But everything is different. The training room is full. 20 staff members sit in a circle. No hierarchy. Chef next to dishwasher. Manager next to busser. The facilitator, Dr. Patricia Moore, a black woman who specializes in workplace equity, asks a question. Tell me about a time you witnessed injustice and stayed silent. What stopped you? Silence at first. Then Jorge speaks. My 3 kids stopped me. Their health insurance. Their future. I chose them over doing what's right. Dr. Moore nods. And now? What's different now? Profit sharing. Anonymous reporting. I have protection now. I can speak up without losing everything. Keisha raises her hand. I've worked in restaurants for 12 years. This is the first place where speaking up doesn't get you fired, where it's actually encouraged. On the wall, QR codes. Big, visible. Link to an external hotline. Staffed 24/7. Independent review board. In the break room, a screen displays the anonymous feedback from last week. Read aloud, addressed publicly. Server station needs better lighting. Fixed. Kitchen equipment outdated. New ovens ordered. Guest made racist comment to Maria. Management did nothing. Manager written up. Guest banned. Accountability. Real. Visible. At the end of quarter meeting, Jorge opens an envelope. His profit-sharing check. $1,200. He cries. Keisha gets $900. Terrence gets $600. Everyone gets something. Chef Marco tells the staff, when I started cooking, restaurants were war zones. Chefs screamed, workers suffered. We called it tradition. He looks around the kitchen. That wasn't tradition. That was trauma. What we're building now? This is what tradition should be. Employee retention is up 34%, guest satisfaction up 28%. Same food, different culture. Iris's new office is small, modest. She refused anything bigger. I'm not managing people, I'm supporting them. I don't need a power office. Her title, Director of Staff Experience. Her job, make sure what happened to her never happens to anyone else. She redesigns onboarding. New hires spend their first week learning 3 things. 1, your rights, federal law, state law, company policy. Know them. Use them. 2, your voice matters. No question is stupid. No concern is too small. 3, you belong here. Your background, your accent, your hair, your skin, all of it belongs. Marcus visits from Howard University, works a weekend shift, wants to understand his sister's world. He watches her training a new server, a young Haitian woman, nervous, unsure. Iris tells her, you're going to make mistakes. Everyone does. The question is, do we help you learn or do we humiliate you? Here, we help. After shift, Marcus hugs his sister. You didn't just change a restaurant. You changed a system. That's real power. Jorge approaches Iris in the kitchen, alone. I know sorry doesn't fix what I did. You're right. Iris meets his eyes. It doesn't. Then what do I do? You show up differently next time. When you see someone being targeted, you speak up, even when it's scary. Jorge nods. I will. I promise. They're not friends. Not yet. Maybe never. But trust can be rebuilt, one choice at a time. Dr. Mitchell becomes a silent investor, funds an emergency loan program for staff, interest-free. No server has to tolerate abuse because they can't afford to quit. Dignity becomes a right, not a privilege. Rebecca Thornton works at a clothing store now, folding shirts, minimum wage. A former Castellanos employee sees her, stops. Their eyes meet. Rebecca opens her mouth, maybe to apologize, maybe to explain. The employee walks away. Some debts can't be paid with words. Late one night, Dominic and Iris sit in the empty restaurant. Table 7. Do you think she learned anything? Iris asks. Dominic considers. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe not. But that's not why we did this. Then why? Because justice isn't about changing the abuser. It's about protecting future victims. Iris nods slowly. My mom used to say, you can't control how people treat you, but you can control what you allow to continue. Dominic raises his wine glass. Smart woman. She was. Iris touches her glass to his. She'd be proud of what we built here. What you built? I just provided resources. No. Iris looks around the restaurant. You provided something more important. You believed me. You used your power to protect someone powerless. That's rare. Dominic's voice is quiet. My grandfather used to say, power is only real if you wield it for people who can't wield it themselves. He sounds like someone I would have liked. He would have loved you. They sit in comfortable silence. Outside, the city continues. Injustice still happens. Power still corrupts. But in this restaurant, on this night, dignity won. And tomorrow they'll make sure it wins again. Justice isn't a moment. It's a practice. Every single day, you choose. 6 weeks later, Friday night, table 7. Iris and Dominic sit together. Not working, just dining. Like any other couple. A new waitress approaches, Jasmine Rodriguez, 22, Latina. First shift. Her hands shake slightly as she sets down their appetizers. Iris notices, smiles. First night? Jasmine nods. Is it that obvious? You're doing great. Beautiful presentation. Jasmine exhales. Thank you. I'm just nervous. Iris leans forward. Let me tell you something. If anyone here ever makes you feel less than excellent, you come find me. Immediately. You belong here. Never forget that. Jasmine's eyes water. Thank you. That means everything. She walks away, stands taller. Dominic leaves a 100% tip. The camera pulls back. The restaurant buzzes with life, laughter, conversation, dignity. Voiceover begins. Calm, steady, powerful. Power doesn't announce itself with titles or wealth. It announces itself in how you treat people when no one's watching, and in what you do when everyone is. Have you ever witnessed workplace injustice? What did you do? Tell us in the comments below. If this story moved you, share it, because someone you know is Iris. Someone you know is fighting to keep their dignity in a system designed to strip it away. They need to know they're not alone. Subscribe for more stories that prove dignity always wins, even when it takes time, even when it's hard. Because justice isn't a moment. It's a choice we make, every single day. Text appears on screen. Respect, equality, responsibility, redemption. Fade to black.